Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to give it just a minute and let everybody join into the meeting room. I'm Jennifer Bagley, CEO of CI Web Group, and I've got Ms. Kathy Marshall, head of our customer service and training department with us. Ms. Kathy.
Hello, welcome everybody.
And Ms. Kimberly, who is over our entire marketing team, including our paid advertising, client appreciation and rewards programs, as well as our search engine marketing department. Ms. Kimberly.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
So we're really happy to have you, whether you're joining us live or whether you're watching the recording afterwards. Today, you guys, we're going to be diving into reviews. Obviously, when we are all in our normal everyday process and we are looking to purchase either products or services or something off of Amazon, we are heavily influenced by these little yellow stars. They are what drive us to make a purchase and what drive us to not make a purchase. They are what leave us in limbo as well. These little stars have more influence over human beings than parents do over their children right now. So I'm going to give you an example of how important reputation management is. Okay, we have a program called LeadsXM. And our LeadsXM program is essentially the opposite of normal marketing. It's where we upfront all the money. It's where we pay for the landing pages to be developed and the click funnels to be created and the content to be written. We buy all of the images. We write all of the ad copy. We pay for all of the ads to go up, right? And we design all of the video. We build all the backlinks. We do everything that's necessary in order to drive leads to a dealer. When we're spending our own money on a marketing campaign, we only allow dealers who have a high reputation score, i.e. lots of nice little yellow stars, to join this program. Not because we don't want to allow everyone in, but we know that consumers will not spend money with businesses, products, or services who have a low reputation score. It just is what it is. So in our world, we're very cautious of making sure that we don't spend money if reputation on behalf of another company, if reputation score is missing or low. So as a business owner in my own company, imagine if I was burning through cash, spending it on websites and content and SEO and pay-per-click and advertising and media and billboards and TV and radio and all of this digital marketing, inbound marketing, outbound marketing, and advertising activities. If I was spending my own money, but my reputation score was low, then I would know I would also be burning through cash. Right? So at no point can any business not make their reputation score a priority. It has to be a priority, which there's lots of infrastructure things that are necessary in order to make your reputation score a priority, right? Obviously, we have to have amazing products. We have to have amazing services. We have to have great customer service. We have to have quick response times. We have to have amazing quality. We have to have reasonable and fair pricing. And we have to do things that are above and beyond in order to get consumers to have a reason to leave us a review. The biggest piece is, you guys, we have to ask for it and know that we deserve it. We have to ask for the review and know that we deserve it. Consumers are all so easy to leave a negative review. That part is not hard, right? So we're trying to avoid the negative reviews as much as possible by providing amazing service, by being different, quality, price, everything else, right? I almost did a rhyme there. I was thinking of a Christmas story, like be nice, but okay, sorry. So we have to avoid negative reviews and we have to proactively be disciplined and request positive reviews. We have to make it part of our MO. We have to make it part of who we are. We have to make it part of our culture. We have to make our reputation matter to every single human being that works within our business. And then we have to have the systems and technology and integration into all of the things that people use day in and day out in order to make it easy for people to leave a review. So that's what we're going to talk about today, you guys. We're going to talk about our reputation score. We're going to show you some haphazard ways that people have went about it, some expensive ways that people have went about it, and some effective ways that people have went about it, and the different stages depending on the size of your business and why it makes sense to take different approaches. We don't have a fancy presentation for you today because that's not real. You guys need to be able to access information on your own directly from the internet and be able to do your own research. So we're going to teach you how to Google the information and show you what that looks like from our vantage point. So with that, I'm going to share screens. First and foremost, I'm going to take you to our site. So on our website, I'm going to scroll down all the way to the very bottom, and you're going to notice that we have a section called Client Stories. Okay. A lot of times companies have things on their website, such as this little section right here that says testimonials. Remember this, consumers don't search for the company name, ABC Heating and Air Conditioning testimonials, right? That would kind of be, well, not legit because it's only the good stories. What they do look for is your company name with the word reviews. They're going to go to Google and they're going to type in the reviews. So first and foremost, on your website, we've got to make sure you've got a label, page labeled, that has your company name plus the word reviews. Okay, secondly, I'm going to go back to our site. You're going to notice that we separate these reviews by area or location. If you have a company that has more than one location, it is important that throughout your website, you have links to make sure people can evaluate or provide a love note or give you a review or feedback in each one of those locations. So you'll see each one of these, and what we're looking at on these is Google reviews. So each one of these locations, specifically on the right-hand side, has a set of Google reviews, right? That is important by location. So Kim, talk a little bit about Google Business. And this section right here is called Google My Business, which you guys, I don't care who's on the call, everyone can afford this. Why?
It's totally free.
Absolutely. Google My Business is free. It is also the #1 place to capture reviews. Why is it so important, Kim?
Well, it's the place where everybody's already looking. Everybody's already looking for, HVAC repair in Houston, Texas, or furnace replacement in Minneapolis. So whenever you pull up in that Google local pack and it shows how many reviews you have, what your average rating is, and how to get in touch with you, it's just that much easier for somebody to check out your reputation. And everybody really trusts Google. You're already searching on Google, so seeing what Google is rating a company, it really holds a lot of weight.
Absolutely, you guys. In today's environments, people are looking next to their home. They're looking in the city that they have a physical address. So if I live in Houston, I'm searching for Houston. If I live in Seattle, I'm searching for Seattle. If I live in Bloomington, Minnesota, I'm looking for Bloomington, right? Anywhere you are, if I'm in Vero Beach, I'm looking for Vero Beach in Florida, right? No matter where you are, people are typing in, or they're not typing in, but their computer, their IP address already has them tagged to a specific geolocation. Because every one of our computers is technically geotagged, it already knows where you are. So when you do a search, the very first, #1 most important place to get your reviews, most important, more important than Better Business Bureau, more important than Facebook, more important than Home Advisor or Angie's List or any of the garbage that I've seen everybody focus on initially that is not even public to human beings. You can't even see it. The #1 location is Google My Business. And the beauty is, as Kim said, it's free. That is fantastic. Anytime a consumer does a local search, if they look in any location, And it doesn't matter how you do the switch, a drawer opens. In this drawer, there are 15.2 million pages in this drawer. And you're going to see in the larger, more heavily populated, more competitive metropolitan statistical areas, you are going to see a larger set of competition, and those with the most reviews or those with the biggest pay-per-click budget or those with the best organic rankings win. Now, can this be the only place that you generate reviews and are reviews just to help you get new business? Absolutely not. And I'll show you why in a little bit. This can't be your only solution for getting new business because this only works in a city where your company has been verified. Now, we have a different class for setting up your Google business listing. That's the local listings workshop we did last week, where we talk about how to set it up. We talk about how to market it, how to get it ranked in the 3-pack, how to get it on page 1 of Google. If you missed the local listings webinar we did recently, then go make sure you guys go check that out or ask us for it and we'll make sure you get a copy. So we're not going to go into how to get this ranked, but we are going to make sure everyone understands how influential this is. Now, right now we're talking about a general consumer that's going to Google and doing a search in their local area. Let's talk about your most valuable asset. I refer my mother or my sister to contact your company. Now, let's go search for example, Baron Heating Ferndale. Anytime you get a referral from an existing customer, you have an immediate yes or no on should I do business with this account? Or should I do business with this company? As I change these out, and I start looking for different companies, I'm not going to pull up the ones that I know right now have a score of 3 or less, or those that I know that have no, because I don't want to put anyone out there like that. But what I do know is our team can get any dealer to page 1 of Google for hundreds of phrases so that they're showing up on page 1 at the very top. And if their Google business listing reviews are under 4 or non-existent, they don't get the call. They just get the search. So how important is reviews? How important is your reputation? It's the difference between my mother calling you with a referral from her daughter, a trusted referral, and not referring or not calling, not even going to your website, glancing at your site and leaving because those scared them away. So we have to make sure that this is beyond a priority. Kim, anything else you would add to that?
I think that was pretty spot on. We hear it all the time that folks just can't get good referral business because of their low review rating. It really does matter having excellent reviews on there and having enough to where a consumer says, oh yes, this is a reputable company that I want to work with. So yeah, just pay attention to those and really focus on getting in regular, new, good reviews that have a decent amount of word content to it. Those can be used everywhere. And we'll talk a little bit more about where you can use these reviews even after you get them.
Absolutely. And I think that brings up a good point, you guys. It's not a project, right? It doesn't have a start date and an end date. You don't go, all right, team, this weekend, we're about to get 150 good reviews. They're all going to be over 4, and then we're good. We're done. Reputation score hit. Google, as well as consumers, both want to know you're in business. So they want to know that it's current. They want to know that it's frequent. They want to know that it's consistent. So it's not a project, it's a lifestyle of a business. Managing your reputation score, building your brand, building your reputation, building the story that's told while you're not there. Think about it this way. I hear companies constantly say, that once they get to the kitchen table, their brand story sells anyone. Remember that the majority of people who come to your website, you don't get to the kitchen counter before your brand story tells itself. Your brand story lives without you playing a role in it. It doesn't happen at the kitchen table. It's way before that. So when you look at the traffic to your website and you look at who leaves your site, or you hear a story from someone that says, oh, I referred you to my friend Mike, one of my colleagues. How'd that go? I never heard of someone that was a referral. Remember, your brand story, i.e. your reputation score, your reputation period, could have guided them away right out of the gate. Now on the flip side, I talked a little bit about Home Advisor reviews. Home Advisor reviews, Angie's List reviews. Remember that when you are focused on getting reviews from a private site, that is a membership-based site where someone has to subscribe, become a member to get access to the information behind the curtain. All the work you have into those reviews has limited to zero impact on your business, other than the competitive pay per lead fight with 5 dealers who all got the lead information at the same time. So am I saying that getting reviews on Angie's List or Home Advisor are bad? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're not priority, especially when you're trying to build a visual brand that people can find. Now, let's go look. I'm going to close this out. Let's go do a search again. We're going to go to Houston HVAC company. Okay, and we're going to scroll down and let's just take, I'm going to take Abacus. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. Let's go. AC repair in Houston. Davis. Okay, let's take this
one possibility is Minute Maid Park on Crawford Street. Want to try that one?
No, thank you. Be quiet, Siri. Yeah.
Right back at ya.
So funny. Okay, so we're gonna go ABACUS plumbing, Houston. Oh goodness. Okay. The next kind of segment is really a warning. And you guys feel free, Kim and Kathy, if you guys want to find any other companies. Pretty much every single search you do when you're looking for a company name, any company name, what you're going to notice is there's this awesome website, which I love so much, called Yelp. I'm being facetious. So there are companies, and I'm going to highlight this one specifically loud and proud, that make it a part of their strategy to acquire new business is to publicize as many negative reviews as possible and to hide all of your positive reviews unless you pay them. Now, you can go through 100 different conversations with them that that's not true, and it's their algorithm, and their algorithm, washes out things that would be considered real reviews. But I can also show you, and you guys can test this for yourself, a million different searches with a company name and location where you're going to see all of their customers love them on Google. All of their customers love them on Facebook. All of their customers love them on Angie's List. All of their customers love them on Customer Lobby. All of their customers love them on Home Advisor, Bird's Eye, Best Pick, Indeed. I can go through hundreds of different websites where every single review under the sun is positive. But the one site that enjoys posting negative reviews because you will call them to try and figure out why all of your positive reviews are hidden. And they will explain to you this fancy algorithm that shows only real reviews. Obviously, you can tell that I have a little bit of sore spot because our team has tried to fight and argue for all of our clients a million times, as Yelp contacts us at least 5, 6, 7, 8 times a year trying to become a reseller of their services, of which we will never do. But I just want to make sure that that's out there and that you guys are cautious of your participation in Yelp. So can you get a good backlink from it? Yes. If that's where you signed up originally and you haven't started working on all these other review and reputation sites, if that's the only thing that exists, I've seen it put companies out of business. In year 1, in year 2, I mean, permanently out of business. So I don't find joy in seeing companies do that. So I want you to be very, very cautious that you're going to be on Yelp, whether you decided to or not, because that's part of the process. They will put you on there. Not always with all accurate information. And then somehow that's where every grumpy person on the planet goes. And that's all that they will show is the grumpy bumpkin reviews. So that's that. I'm going to stop talking about them because it increases my blood pressure. Just saying. All right, we're going to close that. Now, you guys can take this exact same scenario if you want to test my philosophy. We have the most amazing customers there are. Check every single one of them. It doesn't matter what company you look at. Every one of them you're going to notice is the only place that there are negative reviews is Yelp. And I'm talking about test all of the best companies, really, really good companies. Okay. Now, Kim, do you have anything to add to the Yelp conversation?
Nothing that I'd like to have on a recorded line, ma'am.
Sorry. You know?
No, really, I've spent a lot of time on the phone with Yelp. I managed our local listings department for a couple years here. I spent a lot of time on the phone with them, arguing, for my customers, and they're just, unless you spend an arm and a leg with them, you're really not going to have good reviews there. You have to spend money, and it's been a slow progression into this point. But I mean, that's what we're seeing. And then the folks that I do have that invested them, it is ever increasing by the hundreds, like every 6 months. And I just so let's stick with the positives, like Facebook, Google. All the ones that really actually matter.
Absolutely. So you can go to Google and you can do a search. Where are the best review sites? You're going to get some random stuff. We're just telling you from experience. I know there's a lot of blogs. These guys, Vendesta, this is a huge conglomerate of companies that try and help Joe Blow start a marketing company out of his garage. And so they are all about SEO, but not necessarily about results. Why? Because everything they do for a reseller who is pretending to have a digital marketing company, and you would never know. Joe Blow says, I own XYZ digital marketing company, and really it's just Joe and a team of about 600 different companies all trying to hodgepodge and piece together a marketing plan. So be careful when you work with smaller companies that are less experienced. They might just be a reseller of a big old network of solutions, and we'll leave it at that. So just things to be careful of. Now, as far as review systems often used in this business, I'm going to start off with Podium. Podium is a phenomenal piece of technology. Okay, just phenomenal piece of technology as a whole. As far as pricing goes, they don't have their pricing on their website. Why? Because it's freaking expensive. So it's expensive. Unless you're sitting with at least 20 trucks or more, dumping this kind of money into reviews acquisition system probably not necessary out of the gate. You can do the same thing with the $75 texting system, or put a link at the top of your website and a link inside your email, and just be really nice with your customer service representatives. There are some pros and cons on each one of these systems. So Podium, yes, positive company, very good, very expensive, not for everybody, just from price point standpoint. If you're not sitting on page 1 of Google, don't burn through money on a piece of technology to get reviews. If you don't have content coming on a regular basis, don't spend a ton of money on a piece of systems to get reviews. I'll tell you my exact example. There was a company that last year all of a sudden became a reseller of what is the chat company? It was a texting and chat company. Anyway, they launched an online chat. They became a reseller of another product software. And they started selling this chat bot on all these websites. And what we noticed is our clients were getting calls from them trying to sell them a chat bot. And it was a dealer that just started their business, didn't have a website, wasn't investing in marketing, had no traffic, but was burning through almost $300 a month on a chatbot system that supposedly collected reviews and allowed them to be able to chat with customers. There is a time and a place for everything. So we got to do the right things in the right order at the right time. Burning a ton of money on technology when you don't have a ton of traffic coming into your website is not a good idea. So the more honest you can be with, definitely with us, on where you are as a company, what size of a business you are, what comfort level you have with investing in technology and marketing and advertising, and what your growth plans are, the better. Because we would actually, while this is an amazing technology, as was the other one, we would tell you not to do that yet. Not yet. You can come back to that later, but we need to prioritize. Let's get you onto page 1 of Google, get you ranked first. So there's Podium. Next, Review Buzz. There are some review sites. Kim, any thoughts on Review Buzz?
I like them, but it's just not the most heavy hitting. It doesn't have the most benefit for the website. I do prefer the ones that influence the structured data, the schematic markup. Review Buzz, from my understanding, it just doesn't have the same effects that the other ones do, like Podium.
Absolutely. So here's the reality. Review Buzz is a widget. It's a widget. So if you can imagine putting everything inside a coffee can, pretend you can't see in my water bottle. If you put everything inside of here, Google can't see what's inside. That's what this review system does. So can you get a lot of reviews? Absolutely. Will those reviews show up as a secondary source of reviews on your Google business listing, under your listing? Absolutely. Will those reviews help your website in any way, shape, or form get ranked for new cities, get ranked for new terminology? Absolutely not. Because the reviews on your website, while you can see them, they are literally a widget, and Google can't read the content inside of a widget. It's like putting something important inside a coffee can, dropping it on there. Can't see through that. So these are great at getting reviews on their site, in their application. That is fantastic. You absolutely are dumping tons of reviews into their system and into third-party sites such as Facebook, Yelp, Google My Business, and so forth. It will help you get reviews on other sites, but it has no SEO value, absolutely none.
And Jennifer, I do want to state that with certain types of review programs, they do allow a filtering system, which needs to be thought out very carefully. And I'm sure y'all can talk a little bit more about that.
Tell me more. What do you mean a filtering system?
Filtering what reviews do go out and get published. Which
what it is it's a setting in the widget or the platform that basically, if it's not 5-star or if it's not 4-star and up, it actually takes and hides those reviews, or instead it sends the customer to a different area. So like, let's say it'll say, oh, well, we're sorry to hear that. And it diverts away from leaving a review and instead encourages you to get in touch with the business owner. Perfect. Those are not good. Google does not like that. And Google will find out that you're using that, because there's bots that crawl your website constantly. And if that happens, it really hurts your website score.
That was my very next topic. So you guys, on the Review Buzz side, the positive are you can get a high volume of reviews. And those reviews go on everybody's website but yours. And if they go on yours, it's in a widget, no one can see. High volume review application, moderate to high on the expense side. I'm not a fan, but we'll leave that alone. Next, what Kim and Kathy are both talking about. This is the example. So I'm at a speaking event in Florida and I'm on stage listening to the owner of the company answer questions and talk about this particular product. And one of the pros that they were talking about was the fact that if you get a negative review or reroute it, as Kathy said, filter it. The reason that the reviews that are posted within this app on the dealer's website are not showing up inside Google. It's not recognized inside Google My Business as a reputable review system. Those reviews are not showing up using what Kim was referring to, schematic markup, which you'll see right here, is because we're violating Google's exact requirements. You cannot filter out or only display positive reviews. Now, how does Yelp always come back into the conversation? I don't know how Yelp gets away with only displaying negative reviews, but everyone who tries to reroute and only display positive reviews can't get away with it, but we'll leave that alone. So technically, because the reviews are there, they're just hidden and you have to click a magic link in order to see those positive reviews. It's the not recommended reviews are the good ones. But on this one, having reviews that are rerouted or hidden, or if a client chooses a 2-star, it says, nope, you don't get to leave a review. We're going to send you a different route. Well, that sounds like a good idea. I promise you, it is a much better idea to fix the people, process, product, service, and customer service issues that are causing the problem. Fix those. Fix the things that are causing repetitive negative reviews. And if you don't have a system for monitoring reviews by rep, by installer, by technician, by customer service rep, we have a bigger issue because you can't fix something you can't see. So the tracking abilities in all of these systems are semi good. But if they tout that you don't have to display negative reviews or negative reviews will be discarded or rerouted, that is a big red flag. Run. Okay. Next, I'm going to go into Glassdoor. Okay, there are lots of different systems. So when we're prioritizing getting reviews, remember, Google Business is number one. Number one. Facebook for you guys, number two. Those are the two things to worry about. And think about it this way. As a small business, you're probably using your Facebook to get new business a lot. And you're probably using referrals to get new business a lot. And you probably want to stay close to home. So there is some business logic here. I don't sell review systems, will help, but that's not my gig. So you're getting third party advice that's coming from, not I'm selling gadgets and gizmos, but I'm selling a concept that makes logical sense. A small business owner is usually utilizing referral business, trying to stay as close to home as possible, and utilizing Facebook to try and build their network of referral business and get new business. The top 3 places that you need to focus on generating reviews: on Google, on Facebook, and lastly, on your website. Now, once those are done, stretching your reviews across all of these other sites, absolutely important. Why? Because when you go look for reviews, what you want is you want a whole bunch of different review sites that are showing, thank you, Yelp. And all of it, we're part of the bucket. All of these different review sites, you want to show up with many, many different reviews. Every single one of these matters. So it's important that you start stretching all of your review systems out to a whole bunch of different areas. Now, Glassdoor is an easy one. Glassdoor, this is the ability for you to gather some more stars. And this is really about your employees rating working at your company. This is a free site. You guys can go set up your own site. You can take ownership as the manager, which you should do, and verify your account anyway. Get this set up and send a note to all of your employees and ask them to leave you a review. Now, there's pros and cons to this. If you terminate someone and they are sour, it's also possible they leave you a crummy review afterwards, but most consumers can kind of weed out silly. That was my nice version. And they can see the difference between someone who got canned, a past employee, and those who are current employees and what their thoughts are on the business. So this is another great place to get reviews, and it doesn't cost you anything. Now, reviews acquisition. So we talked about getting reviews on your, actually, let's go over how to get reviews on your website. First and foremost, you guys, somewhere in the header of your website, put a leave us a love note, leave us a review. Okay, I would actually take this one down right here. We don't have a Google business listing set up for this because it's a demo site, but I would take off this emergency service available for club members. I would put the Google symbol with 5 stars, and I would say leave us a love note, something like that. When they click on that, it needs to automatically open up your Google business listing, just like this does. So it's going to automatically pull, boom, and it's going to open up the place to leave a review. The header of your website, absolutely leave a place for a review. Footer of your website, leave a place for a review. You can also integrate that into your correspondence, your emails, and so forth. Some things are going to happen naturally, and you can also encourage customers to leave a love note, leave a positive review, leave their feedback after providing service. Now, here's an easy way to do that. So we have a text messaging system that we use specifically where you can have your entire team manage all of the text inside and out. So for example, I'll go Kathy, and I'm going to grab Kathy's. I'm going to choose who I want to send this from. So we have different numbers, and I'm going to go here and just simply click on this. This is a text messaging system where I can request a Google review. So if you want to get a little bit more formal in capturing reviews, this is a great way and it's an inexpensive way that you can train your CSRs, technicians, and so forth to log into the system. They can communicate via text, and they can simply tap this button. We can integrate it directly with your Google business listing account and send a quick note, and it'll say, would you be willing to leave us a love note on Google? It'll give them a direct link to that Google business listing, and it'll connect them right over there. And you guys, you don't want to wait too long. When a customer is happy, so if you were to ask them, how likely are you to refer me to a friend or a family member? If they say 8, 9, and 10, you need to ask for a review. So if you want to check and see if someone's in a mood to be able to give you a positive review, ask the question, how likely are you to refer me to a friend or family member on a scale of 1 to 10 or on a scale of 1 to 5? If they say 4 or 5, it's time to ask for a review. Great. Thank you so much for your business. We greatly appreciate it. A, I got a gift coming for you for Christmas. So can you fill out your information? And B, this gives you an example of how you could easily get a customer registered to have a Christmas gift or a card or thank you card or popcorn or a brownie or a gift that goes out to your client for thanking them for the service with a link to get into your mailing list as well as get you a review. So why did I include both of these? Because gifts make people happy, especially when they're chocolate or brownies or cake. I'll tell you why I noticed this. Because we were sending out Christmas gifts to all of our clients, and the first batch got their gifts, and it was popcorn. And it was this really fancy gourmet bag of popcorn. It was all pretty and everything else, and this pretty card we custom designed, and we put all this time into it. And I started getting messages from our clients that said, Jen, we love you guys. Kim was getting messages. Kathy said, we love you guys. Thank you so much. The popcorn was great. Did you guys do away with the brownies? So we stopped the campaign right then and we switched from popcorn to brownies and we started sending brownies. But the great part is it also is the clue because it's a systematic process for building your brand, showing you love your customers. We send food, sweets, brownies, we know now better than popcorn. And then we're able to go look as a company and go, oh, have we got a review from that client yet? We got a thank you note. They're happy. If we were to ask them, because this is their third referral they've sent us, and we send brownies every time our clients send us referrals, this is a good time to ask for the review. Oh, by the way, would you please leave us a love note? We'd greatly appreciate it. We have clients that have left reviews on year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. And they've left a review continuously. Now, I'm not saying we bribe them with food, but I am saying it helps. So.
And Jennifer, it's top of mind because if you're aware and you have a happy customer, whether you're a CSR, you're a customer service on the phone with someone, and they're talking about one of the techs and how they showed up and they just fixed everything and they were so happy, bam, it's time to ask for a review. Send them to your website, send them a short email and say, can you do me a favor? Tim would be so happy if you would give that feedback. And that helps our company. That feedback is what helps grow our company, make them feel important. And then when on your Google business listing, when people leave reviews, y'all need to show up, suit up, and participate. You need to go and reply back and thank people for that review. When new people are coming and they see that y'all are active and you're showing up and you're participating, you're engaging, they will close and they will want to come to you for their services too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is an easy solution. Kathy's right on the money. And then we're going to head over to the final recommendation. We're going to spend this last 16 minutes together and we're going to talk about the final recommendation. Our company is a little petri dish. We test all of these different products and services. We probably get, it's making my skin crawl, at least 100 companies contacting us on a monthly basis, trying us to test, sell, resell, promote, market, talk about. It hasn't went real well for some who contacted us, obviously, but they're trying to get us to promote their product or service. So we test everything. We take the time, the investment, and spend time testing everything, and we find the best of the best of the best. So here's the reality when it comes to a reviews acquisition system that in our world, from our point of view, has across the board best value, best price. We do get discounts as a reseller of their software, so we can charge less and provide more services than they can upfront. But this has the greatest value from an SEO and new client acquisition standpoint. So normally in reviews, what you're trying to do is increase your conversions and get more people that already found you to choose to work with you. This system is the only system we've found that not only does that, but also provides what Kim was talking about earlier, and I'm sorry for the acronym or technical term, but it provides the review data in schematic markup format. That means Google can crawl it, it can understand what it is, it can sort the data, and it can display the data in a search online based on key phrases and locations. If you can imagine having an area on your website that says near me, and you have one page for every city that you want to serve. You have to have this anyway. If you want to be able to target a specific location, you've got to have location pages somewhere on your website. Google has to be able to sift and sort your website to show in all of these different locations. That being said, this is the only site that we've seen, and I'm just going to pull up some random pages. I'll just pick random. That's good enough. This is the only system that allows a technician or someone doing service or repair or maintenance the ability to check in, use the technology to check in, to say the air conditioning system's making a loud noise, replace the condenser and so forth. And they're able to add content, which is new, current, frequent, and published on a page, as Kim said, that allows schematic markup to identify that this is new content relative to air conditioning system repair, air conditioning system unit, condenser, all of these different key phrases that are used inside of here. It's able to capture that in addition to its ability to collect reviews. So I want you to look at this. We built this page so that we have a single page, but they have no reviews or check-in in this page yet. Those are coming. So at least Google can see that they do business in North River Shores, Florida. These pages, they've checked in, so we have new content related to work. And as you go through, let me find one where they've got both. These guys are using check-ins like crazy. So eventually what we want to see is that they're using check-ins and also getting reviews. Kim, do you want to showcase an example? This system is the only thing that is going to showcase literally on a map using geotagging. And I'll stop sharing real quick. Exactly where they're doing the work. What's the benefit to that? The benefit is SEO. And I'm going to have Kathy show you guys the back office so you can see she's the master of this entire system. She's trained hundreds and hundreds of dealers on how to use this. She knows exactly how to get your team, no matter how rough and tumble or refusatory, I'm going to make up my own word, they are to participate. That was a good word. We should
call me a stalker, and I am like your personal coach.
Right. So if your initial thought is to say, my team won't do that. We've heard that story before.
And we have a couple of rounds of different versions on the theme that will work quite well for those groups.
Perfect.
Awesome. So I do have an example of somebody that's been using Nearby now for a while now. Let's go ahead and pull them up. Let's get Cypress. That's where Jen's at. So what we do, we add in a perfect scenario, really, we go in and add a decent amount of content to this page. This is called static content. We come in, make sure to target individual services in these pages. And then of course you've got these are actual reviews coming in here. Those are front loaded onto this. And then we've also got some check-ins. So they may not have a whole lot out in Cypress right now. That's a little bit a ways from their business, but you kind of get the drift. They're putting in service areas as well as keywords. I would prefer there to be a little bit more content in these check-ins versus just the keywords. But overall, this is a really, really, really strong page because of these reviews on here. This is a big deal whenever it comes to getting a page to rank. This structured data and then pairing it with static content, I mean, you're really able to win. So if you're trying to build out your service area, not just get found in your home city or the next city over, this is what you do. You know, most contractors, most home service businesses have a really large service area, or, you know, at least 40 miles away from the business. So this is how you can build that out. It does better the second year than it does the first, as with anything that's organic. So you just want to keep pushing content onto here. Don't give up. Try to every single job do a check-in, every happy job request a review. And this will build itself up over time. And based off your service area and the competition, you'll see results quicker in some areas and slower in others. But the goal is just to keep going, because you can use these reviews. You can have these reviews going to Google, or you can have them going here, and it can really build up your business overall, get that reputation going good.
So, yeah, this is perfect. So you guys, if you've only got, if there's only 2 technicians, it's probably not a good idea for you guys to do this. Why? Because you guys need to own and occupy your home page or your home city first. Wherever your business is located, that has to be your main focus when you first get started. Plus, if you've got 2 of you, we need to capitalize on resources, keep you guys as close to home as possible. So city domination is number one most important. Let's dominate the city. You have a physical address first, then add a second city. And as Kim said, once you get out of the city that you're located in and the ones that are surrounding really close, maybe one over, then we can jump into this. You probably want to have, I would say, a minimum of 3 technicians. If they are aggressive in getting reviews and providing quality service and friendly with new change and or technology, that was plus and plus, then 3 works. Other than that, you might want to go to 4 or 5 before you start using this kind of technology. We used to let any dealer who wanted to sign up for it just sign up for it, and notice that it is not helpful when you've got 2 or 3 people.
And this really goes well when it's paired with regular content. So this is kind of one of those things that you really want to have some sort of monthly content going out on while you're building up these service area pages, because when they first start out, if you've got like 1 check-in on a city page, it's not really doing a whole lot. But if you add in 1 check-in plus 300 words, now you're in business, and then you just keep adding to it, and it becomes one of the best pages in your website. It really does.
And when she says the best pages, that means it's ranked the highest, has the highest visibility, the most amount of traffic, the most amount of new leads and opportunities. It's your money making pages. So if you're looking at your AC repair page as being your biggest page, trust me, trust us. We can go through 100 different analytics where we can show you that. A city page with content related to air conditioning and heating, repair, service, maintenance, installation, and replacement, that is the page that can produce a lot of new traffic, depending on where you're located and the total demand volume in your area. All right, Kathy, do you want to pull up a demo site and give us an example of the back office of this?
Absolutely. I'm going to actually use our company as an example. I think that'll be probably the best way to tackle this. And the first thing I do when I meet with a group, it takes probably about 30 minutes for the first, and I'll meet with the owner and maybe their main right-hand person. And then we'll set up a team meeting. The first thing is to get the team into the account. And then from there, we're monitoring those check-ins and reports. So it's basically a really simple process where we have a onboarding we do with them. We show them how to use the mobile app version of the Nearby Now on whatever device they're going to use, whether it's an iPad or a phone, whatever. And then we show them how to do a very, very simple check-in. And we have PowerPoints that really kind of go through the whole process of what a real good check-in is. And it's really built upon what Kim and Jennifer are talking about, is where that we bring in those key words that you want to be found for the area that you serve and the services that you offer. You want to have those check-ins be that story. You have about 500 characters to do it. And this is actually something that's very, very simply done with a really good office admin team. I can train them to even assist with these and even come in and edit these if they need to. So it's really simple. If you have a tech that's busy out there and they're taking a picture of what they've just done, and then they're going to do a check-in of what they just did with those keywords, it's really easy for somebody to come in here and actually edit those. They can even choose a file and actually change out the picture if they wanted to as well. And then in here, you can, your CSRs we can train. If you didn't get the review on that first day that you completed that service, we can actually train your team and train your customer service team that when they do that follow-up, checking in with the customer to see how was the service, how's the unit doing, do they have any questions, and then just listen to see if they were happy with the service. Then you can very easily come in here and we can train your team to resend that review. And there's nothing, the best time to ask for a review is when the customer is happy and they're standing right there. You just made their air conditioner work. The environment's awesome. Ask for the review then and you will get some. Okay. Now this system, which is really cool, is going to send them 2 review requests, 2 links. One, and we can pinpoint Google as the first review that we're asking for. And then we're also going to get a second review. And that second review is going to show on those city landing pages that Kim and Jennifer were just showing you all. So Jennifer, is there anything else that you would like for me to show just in the back office piece?
Well, just going over, let's stay at the top. And so you guys, on the left-hand side, you're going to see review request, which that's where you can submit a request for a review from the administrative back office. So normally what happens, you guys, is they have an app on their phone. And while they're in the home doing the work, they'll ask the client if they're happy. Answer is yes, they can tell. And they will say, would you mind if I sent you a quick text message from my phone? Yep, looks just like this. And would you please leave me a review? The lady in my office will not let me come home without one or something, right? We've got some real entertaining guys. So you're going to request a review from your tablet. The system knows you've already checked in every time you go. So even if you have a grumpy client you went to do service with or maintenance for or installed a new system and whatnot, you get a benefit from every job you work in the city you work at, no matter what. If you don't get a review, you still have a check-in. You still get a new city page. We still add a new page every time you do check-in. So you're going to check in with the app, say you're doing the work. As Kathy mentioned and Kim showed in the example, the better your content is for Google to crawl, the more effective it is on that page. So do you just want to say AC repair? Probably not. Probably want to add a photo, probably want to write a little bit more text and so forth. So we can get there. This is something either your technicians can do or your CSRs can also do check-ins as well. So we check in every time we're there. Then when you're done with the job, you use the same app to submit a request just like this for a review. The app, the technology behind the scene knows where you're located. So let me take this minute to explain. The app you're investing in, if you're sitting in a pit or if you're sitting in your shoes saying, I tried Nearby Now and it doesn't work. You guys got to remember, when you pay for technology, that's all it is technology. It still requires human beings, a marketing team that knows what they're doing with the content that's produced from the technology. The technology by itself, if you just buy this, it's not going to do anything for you. Neither will a website, right? Neither will any tool you have. There's no tool, piece of technology that you pay for that just simply miraculously grows your business on its own, right? This requires work. So all you guys got to do, check in and ask for reviews. That's your job. The technology you have to own a subscription for. Your marketing company has to know what to do with it. They have to know that they've got to log into your account every single month to find new cities that you've checked in. So let's go look at the city report. So your marketing company has to know every single month you check into these new cities. That marketing team, you're paying them to go create a new page in a new city. So we got to create a page for Houston. We got a page for California, Waller, Texas, Bloomington, Minnesota, Las Vegas, Nevada, Leesburg, Florida, right? In our world. Okay. So we have to, or your marketing agency has to go create a page each time. Then they have to feed your reviews and your check-ins to the page. Then that page needs to go to an SEO department, and your search engine optimization department needs to add a meta title, meta description, any kind of interior links. Then that page needs to go to your on-page SEO and content team. They need to write content like Kimberly showed you. and they need to get the content on the page. Then it needs to go back to SEO and they need to start optimizing that content and adding interior links. Then it needs to go to your off-page SEO team and they need to start building backlinks and promoting those through your social and local networks. Now you have a page that makes you money. If you go to Nearby Now and you purchase the technology outright, I believe it's $300, right? But because we're an agency, we buy 100 licenses in a batch. So we pay a smaller price. The cost to you is identical going to Nearby Now as it is going to us, it's $300. The difference is we can add in the marketing team and the team that's adding all the pages, creating all the pages, adding your initial metadata. And then as Kim mentioned, if you couple this with an SEO plan, now going to do work, providing great service, getting great reviews helps you get new customers. That's the difference. Instead of just getting a review for blinks and giggles, and have a better phrase, you're actually intentionally doing a check-in, doing great work, getting a review, and handing it over to your agency so that they can make that work you did, that review you got, get you a new customer. Instead of just be out there to help you convert people you have to bring to the site. This is the reason why we have chosen to work with this system. Now, a year from now, could we be talking bad about it and find something better? I hope so. I hope we build something better. Just throw it out there like it is.
I would like to add the actual time it takes to do a check-in and take a picture and request a review is probably less than 5 minutes of your text time. So I have many owners that are very involved. They're watching the leadership board and they actually have added this to the job description for employment. So we have a lot of owners that have participated, and we have to have owner participation. They have to have some skin. We have to have everybody have some skin in the game and taking it serious, because if they do it right, if you build it right, they will come, but it takes everyone to participate.
We always say show up, suit up, and participate, and both parties have to come to the table with more than an appetite. That's how this works, you guys. So I hope this was helpful in getting an idea of all the different options I know you guys are bombarded with, as are we. Some of the things to look for, pros and cons of different kind of system, applying some logic as to when it makes sense to use different technology, and know that your agency, whoever you guys are working with, it's their job to go check all these dang things out and to come up with some strategic logic and science behind why they chose and recommend certain technologies. We could technically resell every one of these systems, put them all over our websites, and whatever the dealer chooses, that's what we resell. That's not our gig. Our gig is find the best that can produce the most results for the least amount of effort for a fair investment that's going to help grow our dealer's business. Eventually, our goal is just to make sure that everybody gets to retire, gets to take a vacation for 3 months in the summer, doesn't have to work as hard, and that the owner doesn't have to do squat for their business. That's what we have to do. We have to get to that point. And the way we get there is by helping you guys make good decisions when it comes to looking at software technology and strategy and help that you implement those at the right time. So if you guys are looking to have a strategy session or go through a demo with any of these platforms, Miss Kathy, what's a great way to be able to get in touch with us?
Absolutely. You can just go to ciwebgroup.com/contact us. Just hit our contact page and y'all can book time with myself, with Kimberly, and we'd be glad to go over the program, and Jasmine as well, to go over this program in depth.
Absolutely. Kim, anything you want to end with? You should end with, don't be scared.
I guess my ending statement is just don't ignore this. It's not going away. Yeah, literally don't be scared. Call us, we can help. It doesn't have to be as scary as it sounds. If you can just change the mindset and move into it and be like, all right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and conquer this. You'll be so glad that you did a couple years down the road. And it's one of those things that just doesn't go away. Like Google reviews is there. Like it's been there for so long. Let's just take care of it. Let's look good there and, convert more leads, make money, take vacations, all the stuff that we want to do. Right.
Right. You guys are awesome. Kathy and Kim, thank you so much for taking your precious time with me here today. And to thank you to all of you guys who have taken time out of your busy schedules to work on your business instead of in your business. As a reminder, we do these webinars every single month, every month. So if you want to know how to get a hold of the ones we did a couple months ago, or how to make sure you never miss one that's coming up, please reach out, let us know. We'll get you registered. And we are launching a new site. Our 12-step roadmap website is launching by the first of the year, depending on when you're launching or when you're watching this. And it has an entire learning management system in there. All of these courses you guys will be able to access inside and out on those webinars, workshops, and everything else, in addition to everything you guys are accessing on the toolbox and the Academy website. So there's lots of places to get educated on your own time, whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 5 a.m. in the morning or the middle of the day. With that, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Have a great day.